Okay, so you want to get the inside track, maybe without spending hours digging around. That's pretty much the idea here on the deep dive. Today we are looking at a specific domain name. It's up for grabs, YellowTether.club, and our information, well, comes straight from the sales listing. They're positioning it as like prime real estate for a new crypto or Web3 project. Our mission then, let's try and cut through the hype a bit, understand its actual potential, its history, all that.
Yeah, and what's interesting, like straight away, it's not a totally fresh domain name. It's got a past.
Okay.
The listing makes a point of this. YellowTether.club, it was connected to an ERC20 token
Ah, okay.
called Yellow Tether, or YUSDT, on the Ethereum blockchain.
Right, YUSDT. I think I remember hearing something. They tried using airdrops, didn't they, to get started?
Exactly, giving away tokens, yeah. The listing mentions potentially up to $70 worth at one point.
But the original project itself, it's sort of fizzled out.
Seems that way, yeah. It's not active now. But crucially, it did leave some digital footprints online.
Okay, footprints. Like where?
Well, this is where the sales pitch gets kind of interesting. Even though YUSDT isn't really a thing anymore, you can still find records of it. On crypto data sites, you know, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, CoinCodex, CoinCarp.
Right.
So the argument in the listing is that this gives the domain some kind of ready-made, well, they call it credibility and SEO presence.
Credibility. That feels like a strong word for a defunct project's listing, doesn't it?
It does. You have to ask, you know, how much value does a dormant listing from a failed project actually provide? Especially in crypto, things move so fast.
That's the key question, yeah. The listing also talks about potential upsides, like an association with stablecoins or even the main Tether brand family.
Which is a bit of a stretch. Maybe there were separate things. That association might give a tiny flicker of recognition to some people, perhaps. But it's vital to remember it was its own thing. And ultimately, well, they didn't take off.
Okay. What about the extension .club?
The .club extension, yeah, that actually kind of fits, doesn't it?
Right.
For building a crypto community online, it makes sense.
True. And they really emphasize that the domain already has those listings on the big crypto directories.
Right. CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko.
And anyone who's, launched something knows that getting those initial listings can sometimes be a bit of a pain.
Takes time, effort. So having them pre-exist seems like a shortcut.
Okay, so that's part of the pitch. Now, they also seem to sweeten the pot a little. There's support included from a group called A.Land.
Yes, A.Land. They're presented as offering quite a range of services, actually. Everything from like helping rename or rebrand the domain, launch new tokens, NFTs, DeFi stuff.
Wow, okay.
To the more technical side, like hosting, web design, smart contracts, even marketing materials.
So it's positioned almost as a launchpad package.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
A comprehensive support system if you need it.
And they give some links. A Web3 and marketing hub at A.Land-abc.com, an AI platform at ide.land, and domain services at domain.a.land.
So it seems geared towards someone wanting a more done-for-you approach, maybe?
Could be. If you're new or don't have a team ready, that support might look attractive.
Okay, so what's the price tag on this piece of digital real estate?
The listing says offers start at a minimum of $5,000 USD.
5,000.
Yeah. And they accept crypto, BTC, ETH, USDT.
Standard enough.
Domain transfer support is included in that price. But the actual brand building, the services from A.Land, those are optional packages. Extra costs, presumably.
Got it. And if someone's interested, how do they inquire?
They list an email, .info at a .land, a phone and WhatsApp number, plus 417-927-97979. And that site again, ide.land.
Okay, but let's circle back to the core value. You're paying at least $5. Is that a good deal for a domain with this kind of mixed history plus optional services?
Right. That's the calculation someone needs to make.
The listing pitches it as buying momentum, recognition, and the ability to instantly launch a serious Web3 presence. Big claims. Very big claims. Is it positive momentum? Or is it maybe carrying some baggage from the YUSDT days?
Exactly. That's the critical point, isn't it?
It really is. You're not just buying the name. You're buying the sort of the digital ghost of that past project. And while, okay, maybe a pre-existing listing gives a tiny, tiny SEO nudge, any real credibility, you'd have to build that yourself. completely from scratch.
Right. The bundled services from A.Land, maybe they're useful for some, as you said.
For sure. But, more experienced teams, they might just prefer to handle all that stuff themselves anyway.
So for you listening, the takeaway isn't just about the name YellowTether.club. It's about evaluating this digital asset with its, well, documented history, good or bad parts, and this attached suite of potential launch services.
Yeah, and it kind of brings up a bigger thought, doesn't it? In this whole Web3 space.
Yeah.
How do we value these digital leftovers? Does an old online identity, even a dormant one, give you a genuine head start? Or is it sometimes just cleaner, maybe better, to build something totally fresh without any prior associations?
That's definitely something to chew on as this digital landscape keeps evolving.